A new day, new record broken for Caitlin Clark. This video is actually going to be pretty diverse. I know in my last video, kind of spoke about Caitlin Clark's now in the MVP race. So I'm actually going to cover her chances of winning MVP compared to the other candidates. There's like 4 others. It's actually, she actually has a shot, after I show all the research done. We'll go over the Seattle game and, other stuff. Regardless, impressive run. I think the Fever starting to come together as a team. Saw a tweet saying like Caitlin slowly turning the Indiana Fever into Iowa 2.0. I actually could see it now. Everyone's buying in. And they look like a completely different team than the first half of the season. They look like a top 4 team right now. This is the perfect time to gain momentum going into the playoffs. Let's get into everything. Ticha, she's the former assist record holder for a rookie in the WNBA. She made this video congratulating Caitlin Clark on passing her WNBA record for assists. So I'm gonna play the clip.
Hey Caitlin, Ticha here. Congratulations. A record that stood since 1998, and you come here and you break it. Super proud of you. I know the work that you've put in. A lot of people always talked about your shooting. I was always mesmerized about your passing, your court vision, and how you make your teammates better. So this record is in great hands, and continue to do what you do. Continue to elevate your game and the women's game and the WNBA. Congratulations, super proud of you.
Now, during the game yesterday, Caitlin Clark got a tech. I'm sure everybody's seen the clip by now for hitting the pavement like of under the basket. And this her comments on the tech.
I got a technical for basically being mad at myself because I missed the 3 and then I went and hit the backboard. And he told me it was disrespectful to the game of basketball. So it reminded me of the technical that I got in college where I said, damn it, where it's like a personal frustration. It had nothing to do with my team, it had nothing to do with their reffing, had nothing to do with other team. It was just because I'm a competitor and I felt like I should have been making more shots. But I think he fired me up to continue to play a lot harder. I thought we got a lot better after he did that. So I want to thank him. Once we got to that media timeout around 5 minutes in the third quarter, I thought we all kind of just took a breath. It was a little chaos there for 2.5 minutes. And I think I could have done a better job of kind of regaining my cool, but that's like the fire and passion that just gets me going. It's just finding a way to channel that and use that, and I thought I did a really good job of that at the end of the third game.
Like, she been talking shit like she's back in Iowa, so she's starting to come out her shell. Like, check out this play. She almost forgot to get the rebound. So then, post game, they were sick because I think they almost sweep the Indiana Fever on the season. That's how you know they're improving as a team, because Seattle usually has their number. They asked about Caitlin Clark's growth, and Lloyd was like, she opts in to talk about the Storm's rookie, adding our focus is our team.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about our rookies. Nika's been great. She's been awesome, putting her work in. I think our Jordan has been phenomenal too. Her second year of her growth. Our focus is our team. And what we need to do as a community to be better. So I feel like what this group has in a locker room has made us better. And that's the biggest importance for us is focus on our personnel and what we need to do to, get things going. This is
Skylar Diggins right here. She purposely bumped into her and got her like into the bench. And I think that's what caused this. You can see her. I'm like, yo, she just cheering up the crowd. You can't really be that mad. They're at home. The crowd's fired up. Like, you can't be doing that. But then again, some people, when they take, everybody takes losses differently, And then you got this stuff too.
Over there. Noelle Quinn, I believe, is upset at Christie's sides for not immediately emptying her bench at that last time out. And Noelle Quinn having to be separated.
But this is good though. I know fans gonna have their opinions. This is all good for the game. Heated competitiveness is always good for like any sport. People want to see that feistiness. So this is all good. If you're a hooper, you like this type of shit. Now the Storm head coach, this was her talking about it.
I respect Christy. It's been in this league for a long time.
Like this tweet, they're kind of gassing it. I asked Lloyd what growth she's seen from Caitlin Clark from the beginning of the season until now. She had no interest in talking about it. What do y'all expect her to do? It's not a question you really ask her or someone, especially after a loss. Now, I think one of the most important takeaways from this is like seriously in the conversation now for MVP. I'm not saying she'll get MVP at all, but I'm just saying she actually has a shot. It's wild she's in a debate as a rookie. The WMVP odds. So Asia Wilson, if you bet $10, you'll win $10 basically. Caitlin Clark, if you bet $10, you'll win $800. Sabrina, if you bet $10, you'll win $810. Breanna, if you bet $10, you'll win $900. And then Alyssa Thomas, if you bet $10, you'll win $1,510, right? She's basically like second or third place if these are the odds for MVP voting. How the fuck could the Rookie of the Year debate be close if a Rookie of the Year candidate is in MVP voting? Angel Reese is a great player. I said that like a trillion times. Angel Reese is a great player. It's not really a comparison no more once people start getting MVP talks. Another important thing I want you guys to really look at, why I said she actually may have a shot, right? So the WNBA in the ballot, it sends to the 54 voters, 12 members of the national media and 3 members of the local media selected by each team, usually team broadcasters and beat writers who are entrusted with responsibility of selecting the MVP. Sets out no guidelines for how most valuable player is defined. I'm only going to read this top part. It says that decision is left to the hands of the voters, which has not been a real problem. Only one of the WNBA's first 6 MVPs came from a team that did not earn home court advantage in the playoffs. The great players have also been on great teams, making the decision relatively easy for MVP voters. If you look at these standings, the Fever, they're continuing to climb. I think at best, they can get a 5th seed at best. And if the aces start to drop, because I know A'ja Wilson's the current favorite right now, she may have a shot, but I do not, like I said, I don't think she'll win MVP, but I'm just saying she has a shot at it. You never know. But I think the Fever can end up being a 5th seed at best, depending on how stuff plays out with the Aces and Storm. I think another thing to look at, I thought it would be a great idea to fully go through the candidates that was shown. I'll give y'all a full breakdown and see kind of where Caitlyn lines up. After I show you guys, you'll see that besides like A'ja Wilson, she kind of is like right up there. All right, going through like the ones from Vegas. Now, this is why I said A'ja Wilson, I think she got this shit on lock as far as MVP, unless some wild shit happens and her numbers drastically change. She's averaging 27 and like 12, basically, 2 assists, and she's having arguably the best season of her career. And if you look at her shooting numbers right here, she averaging 27. This is like her best year scoring the ball and rebounding. This is her best year statistically. And then even when you go to like her shooting splits, 5 to 9 feet, 50%, 10 to 14 feet, about 40%. Or 39%, 15, you know what I'm saying? Like, just look at these numbers right here. You got the shot areas, like the place she's taking shots. And I think like most of her stuff obviously comes in the paint and mid-range, which I think in the years coming, unless she develops that's where Caitlyn has an advantage. I think Caitlyn, the opposite of A'ja, has to develop a mid-range game. Just these numbers, like if you're a hooper and you really like look into this type of stuff, all this shit, this is fucking crazy. The type of shot she's taking, fadeaways, 14 for 27. Jump shots, 116 for 267. Layups, 123 for 194. Some impressive stuff. For the standings, they're a 4th seed right now. So unless stuff, changes, the Fever might be in good shape. If you look at Sabrina's shot chart from this year, when you see Caitlyn's, you'll see how theirs is kind of like aligned. So 54 for 90, 60%. This is less than 5 feet. You see how it goes when as it starts to get out. And then you're gonna see like Caitlyn Clark be taking some deep ass shots, bro. You can see all this stuff, 42%. You start to scoot back to 40, to 47, 34, 37, 30. Like you can see it right here, right? These are her shot type summaries. So, from finger rolls, hook shots, jump shots, she's shooting like 39%, layups, 54%. Her stuff for a guard is pretty good. Now for her teammate, she's averaging similar numbers. So averaging 19, 8, and 3. Now if you go to her shooting splits from close range, 67%. Then as you scoot back, 50, 43, 38. Her issues are when you like 3-point range, basically. She's shooting 23% and 26%. Like it goes down as you scoot back. And she's not even attempting anything this far. These are her shot summaries. A lot of layups. Fadeaways. So she has, Breanna Stewart got a dope game to her. Alyssa Thomas, she's in there 11, 9, and 7 on the season. Her team, the Sun, they're currently the number 2 seed. Her shot chart, she's best from close range, obviously. But her numbers start to decline as she scoots back. As you get further from the basket, 36%, 33%, 26%. This is her shot summary, how she's getting her points. A lot of around the basket shit. Now for Caitlyn Clark, she's averaging 17, 5, and 8. So from close range, she's shooting 62%. If you want to do the whole Rookie of the Year debate, right? Angel Reese is shooting 113 for 250, 45%. She's shooting 62%. Guard, I don't think a guard should be shooting a higher percentage from close range. You get what I'm saying? So, but that's something, Angel going to prove on. Thing with Angel too, she can add so many parts to her game. So just like Caitlyn, she's going to be fine. As she scoot back, so you can see 36% and 40%. And these are the numbers she has to improve. But she's going to get better over time, as well as Angel. So 40, 37, and 30, then 32%, and then 40. This is like her range. And you notice like with all the MVP candidates, she's the only person who's down to shoot that 35 range. She was like, I'll take it there. We know if she gets more comfortable, she's going to let that shit go. I'm sure she has the most attempts out of all the MVP candidates. If you look at her shot summary, majority of her buckets come from jump shots and layups. She has the Fever currently at the 7th seed right here. Like I said earlier in the video, if you're looking at Caitlyn compared to the other MVP candidates, she's not too far off besides A'ja Wilson. A'ja Wilson's just on another level this year, but unless shit slips the next 12 to 11 to 12 games, which I doubt it will, because A'ja Wilson's on some other shit. Caitlyn Clark, she might very well end up being like second at MVP voting, which is great. And as a rookie, A'ja Wilson, I think just like Caitlyn got Rookie of the Year on lock, A'ja Wilson probably got MVP on lock. Look at the numbers. It's just impressive that a rookie's even in that conversation. She's going to be in that conversation every year, and she's going to end up getting some as long as she stays healthy. But y'all let me know your thoughts on anything. And as always, it's your boy.